Hey there, and welcome everyone to Energy Gal Meditations. My name is Lisa. Disappointment, frustration, fatalism, like it's always going to be this way. Man, oh man, if you've been experiencing that, me too. Case in point, and this is a tiny, tiny little thing, but this morning, just a few minutes ago, I broke one of my bowls. And as a sound therapist, this makes me very sad. And as soon as it happened, immediately I started thinking, well, this is the way it's always going to be. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 1 step forward, 3 steps back. That's the way it always happens. I could hear these thoughts in my head. And what I have come to understand is that those thoughts were already there. This just brought them to the surface. Okay? Those thoughts were already there. This event just brought them to the surface. So I took some quiet time. I sat on my futon over there and I allowed myself not to entertain the thoughts, but to feel the feelings in my body. And boy, I'll tell you, I could feel myself coming down into my body. And when I got to the point where I could feel my toes even, I stood up and I just started banging my feet on the floor and just allowing myself to shake off the energies that are in there that have a narrative with them. But the narrative doesn't matter. It's the energies themselves that I wanted to shake out of my body and then out of my auric field even. I want those energies out. They were already in there. This event showed me that. And instead of agreeing with the narrative that said, oh, this is the way it's always going to be, you're never going to get ahead. Life is just not fair. I don't even know why you try. Just forget about it all. These are all the thoughts that were going in my head, but I didn't own them as mine. I didn't say, oh, this is the truth. Let me call up a friend and share all these thoughts that are going so that that person can agree with me and go, oh yeah, that's just not fair. Life is hard. You're never going to be able to get ahead or what have you. Or maybe that person would try really hard to, make me feel better. But the fact of the matter is we're still talking about the narrative. Not helpful. And so when this happened, I used it as a stepping stone, as a way to say, okay, so that kind of thinking is still within my being. I am sad this happened, and I'm going to feel that sadness, but I'm not going to agree with the narrative. What I'm going to say is, this happened as an opportunity. This obstacle is an opportunity for me to say, let's work with some of those feelings that are in my body that are still there. I don't need to know where they came in and talk all about that. It's not helpful. They're there. Work with the feelings. How do you work with the feelings? Breathing. 4 count breath in, 4 count hold, 4 count release, 4 count relax. And really focus. I kept on saying to myself when I could hear all the voices, I'm like, Lisa, focus inward. Lisa, come back into your body. Lisa, go inward. Keep focusing inward. And I feel myself from the top of my head until I get all the way to the bottom of my toes. That's how I start to feel aware of myself. It may be different for you. Some people, it's from the left to the right, from the toes on up. For me, it's I start feeling the very top of my head, and then it's like this awareness that I have of my physical form. And when I get to my toes, I know, okay, now it's time to stand up and start, like I stomp my feet, and then I start shaking. So let's practice together that 4 count breath. We'll do it 4 times. And that really is all I have to say today. I want to honor that we are in a very difficult season in the world. As I film this, it's the last week of February 2025. And the world it feels like it's split in half. There are so many difficult things that are happening. So many people are trying to tell us why, or don't even know why. And I think that we are scattered, we are fearful, and we are overwhelmed. And I think that really the only solution at this point, my friend, is to breathe, embody, come back down into your body, and do the best that you can to not listen to the narrative that is playing in your mind and listening to the narrative that's playing out in the world. Because there is an agenda to keep us in a place of fear. And fear is disempowering. Fear is you forgetting who you are as a powerful being, spiritual being, having an earthly, physical, human existence. That's the truth of who you are. Very powerful. A love being, walking around with skin. So capable of remembering peace. So maybe that's our word. Our word is peace. So as we breathe in for 4, hold for 4, release for 4, relax for 4 times. Every single time, every breath, every ebb and flow, think peace. My intention is to remember peace. So here we go. Now, when you're breathing, try not to just do it in your lungs. Try to do it from your belly to make a big fat Buddha belly. Peace. It's all going to be okay. And one more. Allow yourself to ponder, bring to mind something that is joyful. And speak it aloud. Share it with me now. What is something that you can put your attention on that is joyful? Share it with me now. Oh, that is joyful. And feel that in your heart space, all into your body, that manifest feeling of joy. Joy, joy, joy. Spoiler alert. Love really is all there is. And we're just making it through the muck and the mire of it all through to manifest that. So hang in there. It's legit. It's legit overwhelm. And yet, here we are. Broken bowl that we use, not necessarily as an obstacle, but as an opportunity for us continue to remember who we are.